Hello, everybody. This is the Creativity Cocktail. This is your boy Winston. I am so pleased to have my brother Jason C. Louder back on the show. He has given us so much love over the years. Jason, it is so honored to have the great brother Jay back in the house. How are you today, brother? I think you're on mute there, but I can feel your energy. I think I got you on mute. You still got you on mute. You went, oh, something happened. So something happened there. So keep going. But I can't get you right now. You are live. We are live with Jason Louder, but his voice has disappeared. So his voice has gone. So keep trying, brother. I'm going to go ahead and talk for a minute. I am going to I'm going to put you to the side here. So everyone, this is the Creativity Cocktail. We're here with Jason Louder, and as you know, we potentially get technical issues ever so often. So I don't know what's going on with Jason's sound right now. So I'm going to ask him to maybe bounce off and bounce back in and come back in a second. So what we do here is that we spend a lot of time talking to creators from all over the world. And those creatives are people like yourselves, people who are artists and writers. Um, and hello, can you hear us? I still can't hear you. You did something, Jason, to your sound that threw it off. Um, so let's keep going. Let's see if we got anybody who's joined us so far. All right. We don't have anybody who's joined us, so we can still keep working on this. I don't know what's going on. So his sound was good for a minute. So we've been around. This coming April will be our second year in operation, and we've had a great time. Jason's been on it for with us for some time. Your sound is gone again. So I've added you back.
Is it
All
okay?
right,
Is it
here we
back?
go. Welcome, Jason Louder.
Woo! Hey, technical difficulties. We got it.
Don't worry about that. We're gonna do on the final version for those who aren't joining us live today. We'll edit it up, but people don't care because Jay is on the call. They don't care.
uh,
They like, oh, he's there. That's it. That's all they want to know. So great to
Ashe.
have you on the show, brother. You know,
Thank you. Thank
great.
you for having me again, brother. I appreciate love you, brother. I'm just telling you, every time it's like a reunion.
That's exactly right. We could chop it up, post and pre-show for the longest, and then
Yes,
so
sir.
it's just so awesome to have you. Jason is here in Atlanta. He's one of our preeminent actors in Atlanta. You are Atlanta, home and homegrown and bred, and this is your town. And
Yes,
so
sir.
I appreciate that because coming here and seeing energy like yourself, I'm telling you, it's really got me inspired. Because now
Mm.
I've lived in Atlanta for half of my life. It's home to me too, brother. It really is.
Yes.
I always ask this at the very beginning of all of our conversations over the last few months or so, and that's just like, how you doing? You got to ask that of everybody. COVID is
Yeah.
for real. It ain't no joke. It ain't like
Yeah.
a thing you can gloss over like it ain't a real thing.
Right.
Everyone gets impacted one way or the other. So I wanted to get a sense of how you are dealing with things these days.
Well, brother, listen, I'm truly blessed to still, be here breathing this air that we breathe. And like you said, man, we've all been impacted by, you know, uh, by COVID and the different elements that come therein. But at the end of the day, man, we are both blessed to be here having this opportunity to talk to one another. So anybody, my prayers to anybody who has been, who've lost, loved ones and things of that nature, brother. But I am truly blessed to be here, living, breathing, and creating. That's what I can say.
I appreciate that. Everybody in this world has been affected by COVID.
Yes.
They may act like it's not. They may go, "Oh yeah,
Hmm.
well, I'm rich or I'm in some country that doesn't have that impact," but they have
Hmm.
been.
Yeah.
Every single person. This will be
Absolutely.
historic, and none of us will ever forget it. And
Right.
for me personally, um, it's tough because you hear about people that are really close to you.
Yeah.
Like in my case, my own brother and my niece. Everyone,
Mm.
a lot of people have gotten it close. Thank goodness that they've all been able to get through it. But I also know a group of people who haven't gotten through it.
Yes.
Um, the one thing that comes from this, in my view, and I want to get your thoughts on this, is
Hmm.
that creatives like ourselves
Yes.
are needed even more than ever in times like these. We just really need to be there to help give people some escapism, to give people something to entertain them, something to inspire them. They need us more than ever when it comes to these times. It's not something to be discounted, what we do.
Right. Right. I completely agree with you, brother, because what we do is provide, like you said, a sense of escapism, if you will, and an opportunity um, to get away from the everyday rigmarole or the burden sometimes that we go through in life. And it's like now you can, for an hour and 30 minutes, you can get away from that and just listen to a story, um, watch a, a documentary,
Yeah.
and take you out of your normal and put you into a whole nother world. So, yeah, man, creatives have been, to a certain degree, essential workers. In some cases, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
definitely,
I feel the same way.
yeah.
And I recently had a chance to see some information for those of you who are out there that our community really needs your help. We don't
Hmm.
get listed. We're not number one, two, or three, or four on the list of people that need help, but we're human
Mm,
beings
yeah.
and we need help. There are things
Mm,
out there like the Actor Support Fund for all of those
yes.
actors that had shows that were planning on being produced or developed and they just didn't have it. A lot of us in the creative field, we don't have medical stuff, medical coverage. I won't call it insurance because that's a false way of calling it.
Yes.
But medical coverage,
Right.
we don't have that, but we really need help in order to be
Mm,
supportive. And I've seen some things recently about political, I wouldn't say call them action committees, but really
mm,
enhancement committees to really help
mm,
us as creators to get what we need because we still need that help. We still
yeah.
got to go to the doctor too.
Right. Right.
We we,
That's a
we,
fact.
we do too. And so here at the Rising Tides charity, one of the things that we've committed to, and the Creativity Cocktail is powered by the Rising Tides charity, is that we, anytime you donate, at least for the next 6 months or so, every
Mm,
single donation to the Rising Tides charity will go to the Actor Support Fund.
mm,
100% of the dollars.
beautiful. Wow.
We just giving it, actors need that, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I know you know friends too that they had some theater production that was about to come off, or they were about to go on set for something, and then all of a sudden all of that shut down.
Yes.
You know, but they
Yeah.
still got the energy like Jay. They still out there trying to make it happen. So,
Facts. Yes, sir.
so they should
Yeah.
get what they need to get.
Yeah,
They should.
man.
And um, so I know that's just how I feel. That's how we feel here at the Creativity Cocktail.
Hmm.
Coming up in a few months, Jay, we're going to celebrate our second year, and we're going to have a big kind of to do. We're going to obviously invite you to it, and
Nice.
instrumental to being part of it. So far
Mm,
we've done about 90 episodes with 90 different creators,
wow. That's amazing.
and those
That's
90
amazing.
creators, talk to who knows how many people. and,
Right.
and help those amount of many people. So tell us these days. I know you're up to stuff and you got good stuff going on. So tell us some of the things you're doing right now. Some of the things that's continuously going, and some of the new stuff you got going.
Well, yeah, brother. Man, it's just been I've really been blessed, Winston. I'm gonna say that, and I'm gonna, and not taking anything lightly. So, just knowing that, hey, you know what, just for the opportunity to create during this pandemic, man, has been a blessing. And like you said, for those who haven't been able to, our hearts and prayers go out to them so that so that hopefully they will begin to start, picking back up again.
Yeah.
But man, I shot a film last week, and it's going to be on Netflix, and I'm going to I guess I can disclose the name of it. It's called They Cloned Tyrone, and
Say
so
it one more time.
they cloned Tyrone.
That's awesome,
Yeah. So
man.
so if you definitely if you heard anything about it, Jamie Foxx and John Boyega and Tiana Paris, they're all the leads, and so it's a pretty
Yana
powerful
Paris, is
story.
that the lady who's on? That's the girl on One Division right now. Yes. Yeah.
Yes,
Oh wow. Yeah.
yes, yeah,
Cool. And she
yeah.
was in the Chirac, if I remember
She was in the
correctly.
Chirac. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's right, man. So
And
yeah,
Jamie
it's a pretty
Foxx. And who's the other?
yeah, brother.
That's the dude from
And
Star Wars. Is that the guy you said, David Beal?
John Boyega.
Yeah.
Yes,
That was the guy who was in Star Wars.
yes, yes,
Wow.
yes.
That's awesome. Do you know
So
when that's
yeah,
coming out? Is that coming out soon, you think?
you know what? I want to say before the end of the year. I'm gonna say that.
Okay, cool. That's awesome,
Yeah,
brother. You know, I
yeah,
had
man.
something that I was sharing and that we was talking about earlier, and this was you on. For some reason, the video didn't play the way I want, but this is kind of your thing in 2 bits on Black Lightning. So tell
Black
the
Lightning.
yeah, what season is this now that you've been on?
Wow, this is season 4.
Oh, fantastic!
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
awesome.
What an incredible ride too. I've been on the ride since season 1, so that's been a blessing. Thank you, you know what I'm saying, to Salim and Mar Brock Akil and Greg Berlanti and the whole CW family, brother. It's the final season, but it's been a great ride, man. So yeah,
That's
there's been
awesome.
some amazing work.
I,
Amazing
I,
work.
I can't forget this one time. I don't know if it was at a con or something, but you know, they're introducing the cast and all that. And then you came
Yes.
out and you like shake everybody's hands. I was like, that's awesome. Everybody in the
Yes.
crowd was going crazy. I was like,
Yes.
now that's
That
gonna
was at
be
the
amazing. I was like, that's
yeah,
fantastic.
the SCAD ATV Fest. That's
Yes,
what
yes,
the
yes.
SCAD ATV Fest. Yeah.
I was like, now that is really, really cool.
Yeah,
Um,
man.
that has been a great run. That show has been such an inspiring show, man.
Yes.
It really
Yes.
has been. As someone who grew up with superheroes and all that kind of thing, it's just been beautiful to see that show evolve.
Right.
Yeah,
And it's just to see it like you said, to see it come to life. You know, you have this black superhero family. It's a
yeah,
little a family of
that's right.
superheroes.
Yeah,
So just to show that, and salute to our superheroes who aren't as praised
yes,
as much as normal.
right.
So it's like, you know, we have an opportunity to like be creative and see how we can tell stories in a very creative way. So Black Lightning definitely does that, man, and it definitely is intentional about making sure that they are on par with what's happening with the current climate. So they're very, very intentional about that, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, that's a great show.
Yeah.
Is it, did I read something somewhere that there's a thought of something like a spin-off or something potentially?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
Painkiller.
Oh
Painkiller
yeah,
is
yeah, yeah.
having his own spinoff. Yeah.
That's fantastic, man. Wow.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, Two Bits is gonna have to make a cameo on that one.
Hey, let's go. Let's talk. Let's talk about it.
Awesome. Let's also talk about the amazing portrayal of Cressy in
Mm,
Wu Tang: An American Story. I think I got that right.
American Saga.
American Saga. Yes,
Yeah,
uh,
yeah.
that is amazing, brother. I tell you,
Oh man.
when I saw you pop up on there, I was like, oh no. I was like, is that Jay on that deal? I was like, and
Yeah.
he came out of the car with his gold chains on.
Yes.
Like, because I grew up in that area and that era. so
Right.
so to
Right.
see Wu Tang come to life like that, I was like, shoot, that was for real. That was Staten Island.
Yeah.
That was the early '90s, somewhere in that
Early
area.
90s.
Yes, I was
Yep.
like, look
Yeah,
at that
man.
deal. I was like, you got some scenes in there for real.
Yeah, man. It's just
Okay.
some pretty some real scenes. But
What's the
once
deal with that?
again,
I was gonna say, is
this
it coming back? Is
they're shooting season 2 as we speak.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. And so right now, because just dealing with COVID, just kind of like making sure that all the protocols are in place to be able to shoot safely. I think that's what every production is at right now. So they're just taking all the precautionary measures to make sure that this can be done in a safe and effective way.
Was the filming, was it done? It was done in New York, right? It's near some of the projects and all that. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, and so also on Staten Island, it was
yeah. I know.
or yeah, New York and Staten Island.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I saw some of the projects that were referenced. I remember that because I was going to St. John's University at the time, and St. John's has a
Ah,
campus on Staten Island. So I had to
wow.
drive through certain areas, and I was like, "Yeah, I remember that." Wow.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
So the RZA, once again, the RZA and Alex Che, man, they did an amazing job with putting together a story about this group that we all kind of like know and love, and just kind of showing how I guess the origin story of Wu Tang, man,
yeah,
which is unbelievable to watch and unbelievable to be a part of. So I'm once again just truly grateful.
that's awesome. Without a doubt, Wu Tang is my second favorite hip hop group of all time.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know,
Yes. I
you know,
agree.
yeah, my second. So,
Yes. I heard
so
that.
so I'm sure you probably want to know who the number one is.
I already know. I already know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, my mind goes right to Public Enemy, but I may be mistaken.
Public Enemy grew up in the same town that I did, so I'm glad you said that because they grew up in Roosevelt, New York, which is where I'm from. And so
Wow.
I would, I'm glad you said it before I said what I was going to say. So,
Yeah.
and actually, Carl Reiter, who's Chuck D, he and I went to the same church when we were young. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, and so good
Wow.
brothers, man. They're good
Yeah.
brothers, you know. And they transformed my life. I'm telling you, when they were coming out, I used to see them driving down the street in their '98 Oldsmobiles. I had
Yes.
a song called "My '98," and they would drive down the street in their '98 Oldsmobiles.
Wow.
Because you could put
Wow.
a bunch of subwoofers back then in the cars, and the
Yeah.
sound was so powerful you could hear it
Right.
blocks and blocks and blocks away.
Mm.
So they would go
Wow.
through towns, sort of like I don't know what young people do these days. I don't know if they do like those three wheeling kind of vehicles. Those kind of I see a bunch of guys going through, the three wheeling type of vehicles with the three wheels.
Oh yes.
Yeah, that
Oh
kind of
yes.
yeah. It was that kind of thing. So yeah,
Yeah, man.
yeah. Public Enemy. I tell you, then Rock and
Yeah.
Roll Hall of Fame. Wu Tang is Wu Tang in there? Or they need to be.
They need to be,
Yeah,
definitely.
they need
Not.
to, they
Yeah.
need to be. I saw them
Yeah.
on Good Morning something the other day. I think it was like probably about maybe 8 months ago. Like Good Morning
Hmm.
America, one of those shows.
Oh
And I was saying
wow.
to myself, damn, they just like me. We all got gray hair. I was
Yeah, 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 yeah,
like, some of the
yeah.
brothers, I forgot who it was, like Inspector Deck or somebody's all grayed up. I was like, damn, we all
Yeah.
we all looking good. So
We are looking good. That's facts.
that's good. That's good stuff. So what else are you up to? What you got the next show on Netflix? You got the last season of Black Lightning. Tell us some other things
Yes.
you're involved in.
So, working with another amazing creative who you're very familiar with, Courtney Arlett.
Oh
She
yeah.
is working on a project called Pretty for a Big Girl. So,
Oh yeah.
that's been amazing. Just to be a part of that on the production end, as well as the acting side of things. So, that's been a phenomenal project, man. She
Yeah,
has a clear vision.
yeah, she is awesome, man. I always tell her that she's like this great leader that
Yeah.
and like in a way that people really want to get down because of her
Hmm.
vision, and she does it
Hmm.
in this great way. Bridget
Yeah.
Roberts says, "Bring it back."
Ah, yes, 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 yes. Bring it back. We have to.
Yes, yes. And
Wu
Bridget,
Tang.
I have to thank Bridget so much. She's actually part of the Rising Tides charity. She's part of our
Yes.
organization. So, you know
But
her. She's
I
phenomenal.
love Bridget. Hey, that's our girl, man.
That's right.
That's the
You and
goddess.
I would not probably know each other if it wasn't for Bridget.
We
So she is
we
phenomenal.
we we.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, she is great, and
She
an
is.
amazing actor herself.
Yes. Come on now. Come
Yeah,
on. Don't sleep.
she
Don't
she
sleep.
she don't sleep at all. She is phenomenal. So thank
Yes.
you, Bridget, for
Yes.
your comments too.
Blessings, Bridget.
So I'm gonna give you a little scenario.
Okay.
There's an actor out there who they're looking at Jason and like, yo, I got to be like my man. I'm from Atlanta. I'm from some town, some community. I don't really want to blow up big time. And I see the hard work that Jay is doing, but I don't know if I can keep going.
Mm,
I got a challenge in my life, either a physical one or a mental one.
mm,
But I want to keep pushing. I want to get to where he is, where he's on Wu Tang and other
mm.
stuff. I want to keep that pushing. And you're having a conversation with him or her right now, and you're like, "Yo,
Yeah,
here's some advice. Here's some guidance for you." What do you tell
yeah.
them?
Don't stop pushing. Don't stop. And I say that because the only time you lose is when you quit. So if you never quit, you'll never lose. Um, and I think that we have to remember that this is a marathon and it's not a sprint, right? And so the it's almost as if the longer you're in it, the more mature you are, and the more seasoned and the more experience you gain, the more prepared you'll be when it is that time, when you are called. Because what's for you is for you.
That's right.
What the creator and the universe has for you is only for you. And when it's your time, you'll be ready. But until then, continue to hone that craft, continue to study the industry, to study the business, to to build your tribe. All that is essential when it comes to what we do, this thing that we do. And then of course, you'll see the people see the the TV, the two bits, the Cressy, the movie roles. They see that, but what they don't see is the 100,000 hours, 10,000 hours put into the this craft, the blood, the sweat, and the tears. They don't see that. They don't see the nights when you say, man, you know what? I don't know if I can do this. And I gotta. Okay, am I gonna eat or am I gonna get gas? Which one? They don't see that. So don't stop, don't stop believing, don't stop working, don't stop don't stop grinding, and keep the faith. That's what I would tell. That's what I would tell them.
That's such a good thing. These days, it's so easy for many of us to just stop or to say, "Hey, that didn't work out."
Yeah.
People will say it all the time. There's no such thing as an overnight success. Like there was
Hmm.
people grinding, grinding, grinding to get to where they needed to be. And I
Yeah.
think that there's just this misnomer amongst people sometimes. Like, yo, I'm really talented, but you got to keep going. You
Gotta,
got to keep going.
you
When
have
I
to.
was in sales, the reason why I was so successful all of
Hmm.
the time is
Hmm.
that I'd keep going.
Yes.
I'd go and see those people 3 or 4 times if it was necessary.
Right.
I didn't give up on people. I
Right.
didn't take a no like, oh yeah, get out of here. No, well, let me talk to you. Let me figure it out. Let me see how I can do
Mm.
it. And I think
Yes.
that's been the the thing that's led in my life. So I love that advice, Jay. Because
Mm.
because God is ready to give you the time for you to
Yes.
do what you got to do. But you got to
Yes.
be prepared for that time.
That's correct.
Stop, then you ain't gonna know when that time is.
You're not. You'll never know.
You're gonna live a life when you're gonna say to yourself, "Man, a what if a life?"
And whew, I don't think we ever want to live a what if the life. Um, and I think someone said this. They said that, or it's a quote. They said, um, if you go to a cemetery, you'll see where thousands of dreams, unfulfilled dreams, are in the cemetery. So, yeah, just keep pushing. Don't stop.
That's right. And I think sometimes I've encountered this, quite frankly, that people in my age group would be like, "Nah, man, I'm just kind of waiting it out.
Mm,
I used to love to do this, or I used to love to do that." I'm like,
mm.
dude, now is the time.
Right now is the time, bruh.
You all the stuff you've accumulated before that has prepared
Right.
you for this moment.
Come on, preach, bro.
How
Preach,
can
Winston.
you,
That's it, man.
how can you give up now after you spent all this time accumulating all this stuff
Mm,
to do that?
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
it's kind of sad sometimes,
It
and
is.
yeah, and quite frankly, we live is what America's a big dysfunctional family, right? We got lots of
Mm,
issues, but for the
yeah.
most part, it allows us to be who we are. You know, you and I can get up tomorrow and be like, "Yo, let's go do something else."
Yeah.
What are we doing? And allow us
Yeah.
to do it. We got to work hard to get there.
That's true.
If someone decided to do that 600, 700 years ago, be off with their heads. Like,
Right.
yo, I'm not doing that. I'm gonna do that. So I think we got a ways to go, but at least we're in the
Yeah.
right spot. So that's why that's a sad part for me. I don't know how you feel about it. Is just that don't give up
Mm,
now.
yeah. Why? Like Eric Thomas was saying that, like, man, you've gotten this far. Like he was saying that it took him 12 years to get his degree, and he said most people end up stopping at year 6
Mm,
in general.
yeah,
But he said, man, at year 6, he was like, all right, time to keep pressing. At year 8, he was like, all right, I'm almost there. Or we're still pressing. At year 10, okay, okay, we're almost there. And finally, year 12 came, and that was when he, what I'm saying, earned his degree. And then on the certificate, on the degree, it doesn't say how many years it took him to
that's
get it.
right.
It just says he got that degree.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
That is so unbelievably true. Is
Yeah.
that pushing in this time and keep going? And I think sometimes people don't understand the fact that the more that you've pushed, is that
Mm-hmm.
your capacity to do well grows at the
Yes.
same time.
Does. It does.
So you go from being all right, you think you know it all, but you had to learn all this other stuff, however long it takes, and then you're it's like you can almost feel like going back to superpowers. You can almost
Yeah.
feel like your own superpower
Yep. Yeah.
grow.
Yeah. Grow.
I'm sure you feel different about auditions now than you did 10 years ago.
Absolutely. Absolutely. To the point to where they're called playtimes. Now they're called playtimes, not auditions.
Why
It's
do you call it that?
playtime.
Why do you call it that? Because you just know what you're going. You got a confidence going.
Well, well, no. Because it's like when we're not. I essentially feel like I'm not auditioning for anything. I'm given an opportunity to play, because
Yeah,
as an actor, 90% of the work that we do is going to be the quote unquote audition. But if you look at it like it's a playtime,
yeah,
that's the joy. It's like, yo, I
yes.
get to play again. I get to play again. Whoa. So, you know, yeah, man, it's playtime. Of course, you're gonna do the work, you're gonna do the preparation,
Yes, that's right.
do all that. But essentially, it's another opportunity to play.
That's awesome. So those of you who are out there who are actors, remember it's playtime when
Yes,
you go on
sir.
that audition. Just let it loose because you at play. That is,
Yes, yes, yes.
as opposed to the seriousness. I remember once having an audition for a play that I was producing,
Yes.
and the actors that came in, you could tell there was this kind of difference between the actors who were very, very serious and
Mm,
nervous and that kind of thing, and
hmm.
those who were just like, it's playtime. You could tell when they got
You
up
could
on
tell.
stage. You just like, yeah,
Yeah.
it's playtime. Well, if I don't get it, I want it. But if I don't get it, I'm still having fun
Yep.
playing with it.
Yes.
Wow. What have people thought about that and when it comes to this life in general, when it comes to stuff
Oh,
that we
man.
make things so serious about?
Mm, wow. You know what? It really makes you just think back to when we were children, right?
Mhm.
It's almost as if every day was like a holiday. It was like an opportunity just to be like, okay, what am I going to do today?
Right.
Who am I going to play with today? What am I going to create today? And I really believe that, like, the universe is like begging us to say, hey, come back, return to that. Hey, adults, I get it. You're adulting, the idea of adulting, but remember, I'm here to co-create with you, to play with you, to so let's live in that space. If we live in that space, man, I think that it would alleviate a lot of stress, a lot of uh, dysfunctionality. I mean, there's so much that would be eliminated if people just say, "Hey, you know what? Another day, another play."
Wow. I ain't forgetting that one. Another day,
Okay,
another play.
another play.
I'm talking to somebody recently. They were like, "How are you doing?" It's another day. It's another play.
Another play.
It's such an awesome thing because you're right. We do take life seriously, especially
Yeah,
as we get older. Like when you're younger and
yeah,
you just want to play with somebody, you're
yeah.
relentless about what you want to do when you're younger, right? You're
Yes,
like, "Yo, I
yes.
want my such and such," and then after a while, these layers of construct starts to beat on you, and then you think you
Mm,
can or cannot do things. You start to question yourself. You ask a
mm,
22-year-old whether they think they can do something. The answer is yes.
mm. Yeah.
They think they can do anything they want to do.
Anything. Yes,
They don't care
yes.
about any restrictions about they only are 2 feet high. They don't care. They think that
Right.
they can do whatever they want to do.
Yes.
Tapping into that as adults, back to
Yeah.
adulting, I think that's something we're always trying to get to, but we do it in
Mm,
bad ways,
mm.
like vices.
Yeah. Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah,
And I think, like you said, because as society teaches us certain things, and we fall into certain traps and certain ideologies, we lose that sense of play, and we lose that sense of like just creativity,
yeah,
and so hopefully times will allow us to return to that. um, and I get it. Sometimes, there's a time and a place for everything. I get that. There's a time to laugh. There's a time to cry. Like, the Bible, the scriptures say that.
yeah,
I really do believe, like you said, Winston, if we are bold enough and open enough to say, hey, you know what? I want to return. Let me retap into that childhood play that I used to have, and let me just apply that to some parts, some aspects of my life. I really do believe that we are creating that creates an opportunity to live life to the fullest,
mhm.
and to like Wayne Dyer said, be attached to nothing and open to everything.
Yeah. Yeah. You got me thinking about how we as people we should be thinking about tapping into ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I have this view, and this might be, I'm gonna get you to give me your view on this.
Mm-hmm.
But I believe that every time we are creative and we're
Mm-hmm.
using our creativity,
Mm-hmm.
we are tapping into our spirit, our true spirit. That, that a lot of times people are like, oh, I don't know. How can you quantify a human spirit one way or the other? But when we're creating something beautiful in this world, in my view, that's like a moment
Yeah.
when the spirituality that people see says is intangible,
Mm-hmm.
it comes to life.
Yes.
You know?
That's a beautiful. I love that. I truly do, and I feel the same way. And people even talk about, getting into a zone. I believe, once again, that zone is a spiritual elevation. Like, you're tapping into this higher sense of spirit, right? And where you may not remember what you did or how you did it, but because you were so open that you allowed spirit to come in and use you to create whatever it is that thing that you create, like in music, and any form of creativity. That is you're right. I really believe that that's a spiritual space, especially when we see things that are like, whoa, how did you come up with that? And people say, well, I don't know. It's like, ah, spirit,
Yeah,
spirit.
it, that is so amazing. You had
Yeah,
me thinking about like when I'm writing something and when I'm in that zone,
yeah,
it's so interesting because in that zone, I will laugh at something I wrote, I'll be
yes.
mad at something I wrote, and I'll get
Yes.
emotional about something I wrote, all in the same session.
Wow.
Like all in the same session. And I'm sure you
Yeah.
got the same kind of view when you're acting. when you're in that
Yes.
zone, right?
Yeah. Yeah. 100,000%. 100,000%. And I know several. I know for me personally, I've been in the. There's been moments where, I became so um, lost or so consumed by the work and by the moment that I forgot completely where I was or what was going on. But it was just being present to that moment, so present to where spirit just kind of took over, and I'm like, whoa, I don't know what happened, to where I'm that, like you said, the emotional. It's like you get emotional because it's like, whoa, this becomes real. It becomes real. And I know they say living truthfully under imaginary circumstances, but it's like it's so poignant that you can taste it, you can touch it, you can feel it and smell it. Like all the senses are heightened. And it's like, that's when you know, whoa, okay, this is bigger than me.
Yeah.
Something's going on that's bigger than me right now.
And then you want to get back at it, right? You want to get
Yes.
that moment again.
Yes.
How do I get there again?
How do I get there again? Yes.
It's like, how do I attain that again? And, and,
Yeah.
and you will do whatever it takes to try to
Yeah.
get back to that moment. And,
Absolutely.
and it feels so real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It feels like, I wouldn't say out of body, but it
Yeah.
feels like whatever your side of your body is, like you are bigger
Yeah.
than whatever you are. If you're 6 feet tall, you feel 7 feet tall.
Right.
You just
Right.
feel so different. And I think we as human beings, we know that.
Yes. We do. We do. We have access to it because we know it. We have access to it, and so we just have to continually be reminded that it's like a constant reminder. Oh, I gotta. Oh, yeah, that's right. I do have access to that space, to that place, to that energy. It's just a matter of uh, uh, retapping into it, regenerating, and it's almost like it feels like a muscle, if you will. Like so, I'm
Yes.
like, oh wow, you know what? Let me do because it's gonna be different. I feel like even when we do a stage play,
Hmm.
every single day, every night is different. Every night is new. Every night is new. It's never gonna be the same. So,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
It's so interesting. I remember I had a role in a small play at the Alliance Theater. This has got to be about 10 years ago.
Yes.
And so it was like a 4 night thing. Right. I
Mm,
was playing a coach, and it was like a 4 night thing. And so on
yeah.
day two, which was the Friday,
Yes.
I go out there and I do my thing. And
Hmm.
at the end of the play, all of the castmates come to me like, "Yo, you were great today. You were on fire. You were like this, that, and that." And I was on such a high. I was like, "Oh my gosh, I cannot believe me," because at that point, acting was something that was relatively new to me. I've only done a few things
Ah,
at that point, so I was like, "Oh gosh, I really did a great job." So I get in my car and I drive out the Alliance Theater parking lot. I go down
right.
the road, get in a car accident. Somebody hits me from a T-bone. I was like,
Whoa.
and it wasn't me not paying attention. It was like a moment where I was just saying to myself, "Wow, what a moment of energy! Wanted to capture that."
Mm,
And when that accident happened, because it was I was driving on here and it happened on the other side. A person ran the light or whatever.
yeah.
I didn't feel bad.
Wow. Right.
Oh, I had gotten hit, and you know how you feel bad. Oh my god, my car is wrecked. What am I supposed to do? I got to go to work. You get all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh yeah. I was like, I went and like shook the dude's hand that hit my
Wow.
car.
Wow.
And he was like all apologetic, like, "Yo, dude, I'm sorry, you know." And the cop was like, "What are you doing?" When I'm going over close to the I was like, "Where you going?" I was like, he thought I was gonna like hit him or something. I was
Yeah.
like, "Yo, man, I hope
Like,
you're all right, just cool."
right.
Cop looked at me like, "Whoa."
Wow. Wow.
I
That's
say that to
powerful.
say that, like, when you tap into that, like, it's hardly
Yeah.
nothing that can defeat that.
Nothing that can stop it.
And
Nothing
that
that can
energy,
defeat it. I love that.
it is, brother. So tell us, here we are in 2021.
Yes, sir.
It's about to be the roaring 2020s. Because once we get past the pandemic, people going to be doing stuff.
Yeah.
They're gonna be out doing stuff.
Out.
Because
Yeah.
some people are already out, so you know
Some
they
people already out.
ain't gonna be
Facts.
far to get everybody out. So, what is some of your advice to you telling somebody who's like, "Yo, I'm brand new to acting," not like the person earlier who's just trying to continue. Somebody's
Yeah.
brand new. They're like, "I want to be an actor now,
Yeah. Yeah.
2021," but I know it's gonna be a long slog. What's the first thing you'll tell them that they need to get themselves together? Is it
Hey
something
man,
technical, teaching,
hey,
classes, or something like that? What is that that they should do?
I'll definitely. I say, hey, get into class. Go read some amazing stage plays. And when you're in class, find you a tribe of people that you can lean on, that you can confess to, that you can be vulnerable with, that you can connect and build with. That's what you do.
Yeah. I tell you, it may sound odd, but the advice you just gave,
Mm-hmm.
I've done with every venture that I've ever wanted to do in my life. I've
Wow.
gotten a class
Yeah.
first to understand it.
Yes.
And then from there, I built a tribe. I've
Yeah.
spent some time, I mean, I know more people from learning how to do more in my life than I
Mm.
would at any 9 to 5 job.
Wow. Yeah.
By getting out and saying, you know what, I'm okay with going to this networking meeting about this thing I'm involved in, whether it's
Yes.
writing or something else I'm involved in. The
Correct.
energy, the mental energy wiring that happens when you meet other people that's doing what you're doing,
Yes.
it's freaking incredible.
It's incredible. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's almost electric. It's electric because you are all like on this same wavelength, this same trajectory, the same course, the same path, and you're trudging through it together. So it's kind of like you get each other, and you support each other, and you fail forward together, and it's like, yo, this is why we do what we do. So I'm not the only one doing this alone. I'm not doing it alone. I got this group of people who get me. They get me, and I think that's important. That's truly important.
You know what happens then is that you break through barriers of that the
Yeah.
world has created. Like when
Yeah.
you're going through something like that with people, you don't know, you don't care about other stuff that the world says that you should care about. You don't
Right.
care what their complexion is. You don't care about their
Nope.
height, their weight, their
Nope.
gender. You just care about them.
Yes.
You don't.
That's it.
That's it. That's all you
That's,
care. And if the world
yeah.
kept doing that just a little bit more,
Mm.
quite frankly, my opinion is that the world does a lot of it. We just don't
Correct.
see it that
We
much.
don't see it that much. Yeah.
You know,
I
it's
agree.
not as many ratings associated with seeing that. But in my
Correct.
opinion, it is.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is. It breaks. There's a reason why 2021 exists because people broke it down.
That's true. That's correct.
They broke it down in the past.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Jay, over the last 2 years on the Creativity Cocktail, we have had people from as far away as Australia listen to this podcast.
Wow.
And it's been exciting.
Beautiful.
And you've been part of that. I hope
Mm.
you can join us as well as some of the people that joined us today. I see Mia Walter, you know Mia,
Yes.
and Bridget
Mia.
and others. And so I'm hoping that we can all get together to celebrate the Creativity Cocktail second anniversary here coming up in the end of April. And I hope
Ashe.
you'll be part of that because it's going to be great. And it's a celebration of all what we've done as creators. Ain't got nothing to do with the
Mm.
Creativity Cocktail per se. All 90 people have contributed to that. And so if 90 people have done it and thousands of people have listened to the podcast from there and these
Yes.
conversations,
Yes.
there's somebody sitting in a room somewhere,
Yes.
might be in Russia somewhere or
Right.
Africa or Nigeria, says, yo, that Creativity Cocktail, I really want to get down with that. I want to be that. I want to be like this guy Jason.
Mm.
And you'll never meet him.
Right.
And that's the
Right.
whole point of doing this, is to do what
Yeah.
we do as human beings and to put it out there. It's
But
been
I would tell them, you can only be the best you
That's right.
Be the best you. And that's all you need to worry about is being the best you.
That's right. People used to give me a hard time years ago because before Terrell Owens said it, I used to say it to my sales group, because I had a bunch of salespeople saying, yeah, I'm the best version of me that exists. And
Yes,
then I think Terrell Owens heard
yes,
me through some wavelengths there, and I think he said it after that. But it's
yes.
true, is you're the best version of you. There will
Yep.
never be another Jason.
Never,
Never
never.
another me, never Bridget, never another
Another
one.
reason. Yeah,
Just
you're
make
right.
your daggone imprint, your
That's it.
legacy.
Yes,
And
that's
because
it.
when it's all over, when you and I are 50 years from now, and
Yeah.
we ain't walking the same, or
Mhm.
we somewhere else, we are not going
Yes.
to remember how much stuff we got.
Right. Right. Wow.
What's going to remember is I'm going to be in my room, whatever, and I'll be like, I remember talking to Jason back in 2021.
And I'll be like, me too, baby, me too.
My mind may not remember everything else that happened in my life. It ain't gonna remember whether I had a great car, a nice house, or nice suits, or nothing. It's gonna remember, yo, I talked to my boy Jason. I
Yeah,
might
bro.
say it 30 times because that might be how my mind works. But our relationships is all that we're gonna remember.
That's it.
So,
That's it.
so
Yeah, brother.
look at that. That's the source. That tribe. That's from our girl Bridget. She is awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, so,
Yes, B.
so Bridget, we hope to have you back on here shortly. So,
Yes.
so everybody that's out there, Creativity Cocktail, it's been a blast to get to this point in the time we've done it. I love it because I love brothers like you.
Ashe. Love you
I just
too,
do.
brother.
You know, we got a long way to go. This is only
Yes.
the beginning.
This is only the beginning. I love it. That's right.
Just
That's right. So
we
just
just
get
making
ready.
we just making a cycle of dopeness.
Yes, sir. Get ready. Get ready for the ride.
Thank you so much, brother. And for all of those who are out there, please do all that stuff. Hit the subs and the pops and all that stuff because the more people that sees our video, the more people will be able to hear this beautiful message from our brother today.
Oh, yo, and also be there's a play,
Oh
a
yes.
non-dialogue play called Go. I'm going to be in that in April at the Actors Express.
Oh,
Um, yeah, so it's
okay.
called Go. It's non-dialogue and it's powerful.
That's
It's
awesome.
powerful.
You mentioned something about Courtney. Are you doing something with her coming up here too? Courtney
Yes,
Ellis? Yeah, talk about that.
there's an event called the Boutique Fashion Week, blessed by Pretty Fly Society and the Paul Mitchell School. So they are collaborating to put together an amazing week of panels, an amazing week of fashion. They're celebrating fashion in our industry, as well as to celebrate black creators, black fashion makers, models, hairstylists,
That's awesome.
uh, actors, um, just the whole gamut of the fashion creative space.
Gotcha.
So that's this week, February the 24th. Tomorrow is the kickoff date at Pont City Market at the Gorn Brothers hat shop. It's going to be there. And then every day they're going to have yoga every day. Just
Going
different.
at the hat shop?
Yeah, the Grown Brothers hat shop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's going to
I gotta
be.
come down there because I like me some hats.
I know you like his hat, so I'm like, hey, we'll see you. We'll see you there. We'll see you there, brother.
Come there and check that out. That's
Yeah.
awesome. If you
Yeah.
are out there and you want to be part of the Creativity Cocktail podcast, please let us know. You see WinstonAWilson.com below. You can go there and sign up and let me know. And if you're a creator of any kind, this podcast is for all creators. If
Yes.
you're creating an app, if you're creating a story, whatever it is, we're going to be there for you. So, again, Brother Jay, everyone who joined, thank you so much. As always, you are such a great
Thank you.
contributor. Love you so much. Take care,
Love
everyone.
you.
This is Winston.
Peace.
All right, take care, everybody.
Peace, Bridget.